Welcome to MC Travelogue. On this episode, we'll be going back in time and exploring an ancient location called the Broken Village. So we'll be starting here at the Game Zone train station. Let's go ahead and call a train up. There it is. Okay. And you can see the right track goes to the Broken Village. The left track goes to the Space Village. And we're wanting to go to the right. So this is a scenic view through some woods. So we'll sit back and ride the train across the river here. There's Space Village off in the distance. Okay, and you may have wondered what all this framework is for. There are a lot of animals in this area. As you can see, you can see all the cows. There's even one in the train station. So they had to build that just to keep the animals off the track in that particular spot. Anyway, this is Broken Village, or what's left of Broken Village. Now, the history here, we're not really sure how long this village had been here, but by the architecture, it looks like from the classic medieval times, the Middle Era, as some people like to say. And what happened was, in recent history, a company came along, a mining company, and they saw all this different ore that could be mined from this area. So they brought their TNT in, and they started blowing it up. So it wasn't long before people started complaining, saying, it got the attention of the history buffs, and they're like, stop, this needs to be preserved, not erased from history. So this is what's left from them using their dynamite. And just a quick note, on a previous episode, we visited the Moon Garden. That's what this building is over here. So this was all added after the village. The street was designed to blend in with the Broken Village. This is actually where the old street ended and the new one began. So you can see what's left of, we don't know if this was maybe the main street, but here's a well that the city had. Now here, this building is still pretty much intact. We don't know if this, well, except for this side. We don't know if this was like a chapel or possibly a school, kind of like a monk area. We're just not sure. There's another building right across. You can see the roof of it right here. We'll be going in there. That was definitely the library or some kind of archival building, and you'll see why. And you can see there's a couple small buildings left, but there was a building here or some kind of structure. It's gone. Their fields are still intact, but back here where you see that water, we'll go up in there and you can see you can just see where the explosion happened. So we're not real sure what happened, what used to be back in there. So let's go ahead and go back down. But this was the best preserved building. We also have this one. This is what's left of a building. Okay, you can see they had glass. Some of it's out, probably from the explosions. Let's go ahead and close these to keep the wildlife out. All right, and you can see this was the point of one of the explosions. So these things floating, this is what's left of some of the buildings. Now this is the station we came in on. We can climb up in this building here. This was what we assume was the library, or where they kept archives, written records. A funny thing is we can't understand. We don't understand what's written. So once we figure that out, find some kind of Rosetta Stone. All right. So you can see this used to be a road. There's a little building here. We think, with the irrigation they have here and the crops, this was definitely some kind of farming community. And here's another building. The steps have long since eroded away or been blown away. Another building right here. So, it was a modest society, small buildings. But here you can see what's left of what they really blew up a lot here. And we have no idea. We're assuming this was probably some kind of little fountain. There may have been statues in this area. This is probably some kind of structure with the wood so high, or maybe some trees were in this area. So anyway, this now has been dubbed the Broken Village, and you can see why. It's sad that someone didn't care about the history and ended up blowing up what used to be here. But anyway, we do still have, we are thankful to have what is left, and it will be preserved and hopefully last for hundreds or thousands or millions, maybe even billions of years to come. And we can only be so lucky. And that concludes our tour of the Broken Village. Thanks for watching, and come back for another episode of MC Travelogue.